All right, so in today's vlog, I'm doing something totally different. I'm super stoked about this. I'm doing a reactions video, and I want to start a series where I do reactions to spiritualists and people who make sense to me, but they push it. I love people that say the truth and are very edgy. And I want to talk about relationships a lot, especially feminine energy and femininity. For the rest of the month, it's February. Why not? And plus, I'm learning about my own feminine, how to be more feminine, because I realize how many male characteristics I had. And I think 90% of the women, we live like that because of societal norms now and the upbringing that we have in our society. It's very male oriented. Anyways, today's reaction video is going to be with this guy that I found on YouTube. When I was researching myself and trying to learn, how can I embrace my feminine energy? How do I become more feminine? And I came across this guy. His name is Rich, I believe. And his channel is called Entrepreneurs in Cars. Now, you have to remember he is very abrasive at times, but I think that we as women will find him abrasive because he speaks in my opinion, the hard, cold truth about the dynamic of relationships and how we as women act. Really, I mean, he is softer with men because, I mean, he's trying to coach men. I don't always agree with him, but a lot of the times he makes me laugh because he's so harsh, and I see some truth in what he's saying. Therefore, this episode that he did, he's going to be my first reaction person because I, in the beginning, was so reactive towards him, but in a shocking, respectful way. So the first episode I want to look at is called The Truth About Men. The truth about how men and women love. Here we go. I apologize. I'm doing QuickTime. I'm doing this on QuickTime Player, so it might. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but let's just see. I'm trying my best here. All right, so let's listen to him. Here he goes.
From another mother. Gentlemen, this is an important video for you to watch straight through to the end. And I'm going to tell you why. It's about love. Men and women love very, very differently. Okay? Men have a idealistic view of love. It's more Disney-esque, Beauty and the Beast, princess and princesses and all that sort of stuff. We've just been conditioned our entire lives to, I just want to find somebody to love before they wake up to the reality of the way the world really is. Women love very differently, though. Women love in an opportunistic fashion, and that might sound a little harsh, but I'm going to explain it to you so you have some.
Okay, so this is really interesting. What he's saying, and I heard him right, what he's saying is men are into that Disney princess kind of love. So from what I understand from a woman's perspective, then men and women live in this dream world. It's not just men that love like that. And I didn't know that. I thought Disney was all mainly for women. So that's an interesting perspective. And it's important for us women to realize that and understand that, because men think like us. They do think a lot like us. And I think that we separate ourselves from men, and we think that our feelings are more important as women, and we feel like we need somebody to love us back. But if he's saying that men are also into the Disney sorts of love, then men are looking for the same thing. They don't love themselves enough, and they're looking for love from another being, another person. And in this situation, it happens to be a woman. So let's see what else he has to say about women now.
Frame around what I'm talking about. I can kind of sum it up like this a little bit. A man's test of loyalty is when he is successful. A woman's test of loyalty, however, is when the man is unsuccessful. When we get married, we take vows, depending on what religion you're using, but you're going to take vows in, church or in front of the state, and, till death do us part, and richer and poorer, and sickness and health, and blah 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 blah, and fill in the dots. But that's just a lyric that we recite. That's something that we regurgitate that doesn't hold true on the sexual marketplace between men and women. Now, when I talk about these key components and these ideas, I'm talking about real cold hard truth bombs, not comforting lies. We've been told comforting lies our entire life, gentlemen. We've been told, well, if you just love her, or if you marry her, and you go and do the 9-to-5 job and you do the right thing, that'll be enough because you've taken vows to love each other until death do you part. Any guy that's been divorced and found out his wife was banging somebody else will know exactly why I'm laughing. There's always that guy, sometimes it's Kevin from sales or Steve from accounting that enters the picture and throws a monkey wrench into that idealistic view of love that we have. And that bubble bursts. And when that bubble bursts, boy, guys, are you in for a little bit of a surprise. So I just want to drop this cold hard truth bomb here for you, gentlemen, so you get your head around this concept. A lot of guys in the MGTOW community that watch my content, and I have guys in my own private community that identify as MGTOWs, believe it or not. So I'm not opposed to the concept. I like it as a short-term solution. But one of the ideas that they'll use is women can't love you. They only love what you can do for them. And that's kind of the cold hard truth bomb. It's a reality. The truth of the matter really is there's more to it than just that. Women can love you on a longer term basis, but it's also related to their options. If they don't have the option to leave.
Okay, so what he's saying here is that, okay, so he's saying two things here. The first thing he's saying is that, okay, so there's more value, there's more faithfulness and loyalty in men when a man is successful. But the test of loyalty for women is when a man is unsuccessful. And then he goes on to say that women will cheat on you if they see you as unsuccessful, whereas men will cheat. And I'm just going to use cheat because he used an example of cheating, whereas men will cheat when men are successful. Which, I don't know, he's got a lot of coaching clients, right? So he's obviously put some data and stats together, but it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, when you're not happy, if you're not happy within yourself and you're looking at your spouse for happiness and your spouse can't take care of you, then you're going to feel entitled to go out and cheat, and you're going to justify it, even if it's wrong. It is wrong. Cheating is wrong because you're lying to somebody, and lying to anybody is wrong, right? So that's what he's simply saying. So if we listen to him with compassion and get something out of what he's saying, it's basically, that it makes sense. Whereas, so that's what he's saying about women. Whereas men, when their ego gets bigger because they're successful, let's say they're making more money, that's when they're going to go out and cheat. So that is also a form of entitlement. And that, to me, it feels really, there's this disconnect there, because women will cheat if they feel like they're not taken care of and they feel entitled, and men will cheat as long as they're being taken care of and they feel warm and comfortable and good. But all of a sudden you give them a whole bunch of power, whether they get it externally from work or they're an entrepreneur and they just make a shit ton of money. That's what entitles them. Where does love come in to any of what he's saying? And I think that's what he's saying, that these cushy, love stories that we've been told are not true. And this is kind of what I like about his channel. He is literally just giving us truth bombs. And he is going to stick up for men more because, like I said, this is a man's channel. But I want us as women to understand this too. What he said is very loyalty for men. They will be they will digress from loyalty when they're successful, and women will digress from loyalty when men are unsuccessful. It's just like, it feels like, what's the point of having a relationship? It's like almost a man eat man world. And women, we are acting more like men. We just we also anyways, that's a different, I don't want to talk about that. Let's listen to more. This is really good, I think.
I've talked about hypergamy a lot on this channel in many, many videos. Just search it on my channel if you're unclear as to what that is. But what it essentially is women always look for the best provisioning male they can possibly get. But there's a little asterisk at the end of that that includes a little footnote that you got to understand, and it's so long as they have the option to do so. If she's gained a ton of weight, become obese, and hasn't taken care of herself, it doesn't matter if he's been demoted, lost his job, been unemployed for a period of time, gone into a state of depression and locking himself up in his room. In fact, I'll tell you a story about that in a second. She's not going to leave because she doesn't have the option to leave. She doesn't have the ability to monkey branch up to a better provisioning male because the option doesn't exist. And I've seen this, guys. Like, I've seen guys that have literally gone through the state that I've just explained to you, and the woman, if she had the option to leave, would leave. If she doesn't, she doesn't leave. Love is not, just because you have vows or just because you put equity into the relationship and you buy her dinner or you take her on a vacation or you get her that Prada purse that she's pining for, that she's going to love you into perpetuity. It doesn't exist. Any guy worth his salt that's over the age of at least 40, I mean, probably some guys in their 30s will have recognized that women don't love you indefinitely just because you put equity into the relationship or just because you get married and you take vows to do so. It's fleeting. It's very fluid. It comes and goes. It really depends on where she's at. I mean, we always say that women reserve the right to change their mind at any given time. This is just cold hard truth. This is really what this video is. I just want to drop a cold hard truth bomb on this notion of love, just to wake you guys up. And I understand there's some women that watch my channel as a fly in the wall, and they have some thoughts and reservations about the concepts that I discuss. Guys, if a bomber's getting flack, it's because it's over the target. So you'll see it in the comments, right? That's when I get flack, is when I'm over the target. So just consider that. Do me a favor, hit the like.
So, he's arrogant. There's some, but then, you know what though? I shouldn't call him arrogant either, because I've seen one of his shows, his YouTube videos, where women are not nice to him. They take offense to what he's saying, and then they attack him as a male. And then I've even heard, like, some women have even attacked, I think he has a daughter or something like that, which, you know what? We have to stop doing that, because, again, that just proves him right. And that's why he's laughing. So it is a little bit of arrogance, but he's right. So, all right, going back before I end this vlog, blog, I don't even know what they're called anymore. What I want to say is, he talks about, so what he's saying is that women's looks are okay, so the way we look and how skinny or fat we are, our beauty, is going to dictate whether we leave a man and we climb the ladder. And he calls that hypergamy, that we're always going to ladder up. We're always going to look for the guy who makes more money. Actually, I think on his channel, he mainly just says hypergamy is like the guy who basically makes more money, or it depends on your age. The guy that will give you children if you're in that age bracket. So going back to looks, yeah, I know I'm the heaviest that I have been in a long time. And to be honest, in a long time, I mean, like, I think I was 18 when I was this fat. And to be completely honest with you, it sucks. I can't fit into my clothes. Yeah, I'm doing something about it. I started CrossFit again, and I eat healthy. I'm taking care of myself. Circumstances happen, and like, not only to women but to men too. And we all feel disgusting when we're fat. We do. And I think that we have to get out of this like self-loathing state and just accept. Like I would not want to stay even if I was fat. I hope to God that I don't stay with a man that I don't want to be with. If I don't love him, I don't love him and I'm going to leave. I don't care if I can't find or ladder up or however he calls, whatever he says. But, you know, he's got some truth in it. And I think that's why health should come first. Health should come before love. You need, when you feel good and you feel healthy and you're eating like fruits, vegetable, yogurt, all that healthy stuff, I'm telling you, I feel so much better now, beginning of 2020, than I did in any of 2019. I was, and it causes illness. I was like breaking out in hives. It was just, I know I was overworked, overstressed. It doesn't matter. It's over. That is not my story anymore. So, yeah, stop telling yourself that story about why you're fat and keep yourself. And sometimes we use victimization as a little cubby to stay in our comfort zone. Get out of the comfort zone. If you're not laddering up or using hypergamy to get out of a situation, look at what he's saying as a positive. Get out of the situation that you need to get out of. And the first step is go to the gym, go for a walk. If you don't want to go to the gym, I get it. It's intimidating. Go outside, put your runners on, go for a 20-minute walk, feel better. And as you begin to feel better, maybe you'll feel more love and have some understanding for your man and what he's going through, right? I'm not saying go out and get skinny and dump your dude. All I'm saying is this guy has a point. I think it's important to listen to him with like consciousness. Be conscious of what he's saying because he's straight up telling us how men feel. Anyways, I enjoyed doing this. I hope this works out. I'm excited to watch back and I'm excited just to do more. Love you guys. I hope that helped. No hate comments, please. I will delete them. There's no need to hate on anybody. Just use everything as a learning experience and grow from it. That's why I'm doing this reaction video. I actually really like this guy. Some of the stuff he says makes me cringe a little bit, but then I know, oh my God, why am I cringing? Is this something I've done? And usually it is. Usually it is something that I've done. So I like how he pushes. I like him. I think he's cool. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.